They need to be better
Give it
cheerleaders.
up for Bob, because I gotta tell you, that is the best pair of tits and mustache I've ever seen.
Bob!
No fighter. Definitely no fighter, tits and mustache together. God, I've been watching the funniest goddamn show ever on TV lately. It's on Fox News and CNN. Who Wants to Teabag a President?
I like that one.
Great. I tell you what, you've got to have some serious balls to want to teabag the leader of the free world. Our entire nation is just a bunch of frat boys. And it's good, I like it. You know what, I think the Republicans are just making up for the fact that without Bush, we don't have a lot to laugh about. So they're just really going over the top. Right now the discussion is, what's our next protest going to be called? Are we going to call it a salad toss or a snowball? They've already decided the anti-immigration push, that's definitely going to be, a fight against the dirty Sanchez. The Republicans, they're doing their part. It's kind of like dating, right? If you're not the attractive one, you've got to be extra funny. I know that the Democrats are much more attractive than Republicans, because have you ever heard anybody say, I'd really like a piece of elephant?
That was good. That was good.
Look at what the Republicans have.
Think
Sarah
about that. That was
Palin,
good.
you know what the difference between Sarah Palin's mouth and her vagina is? Not everything that comes out of her vagina is retarded. Then you've got Ann Coulter. Do you know who that bitch is? God, she's good looking. I mean, blonde hair, long, skinny legs. Everything that comes out of her mouth is spewed with hatred and disgust. I swear to God, that chick is so vicious, her vagina's got to have teeth. That's why they like teabagging, because that's the safe option. So, let's lighten it up. Enough about vaginal teeth. So how about no private clubs in Utah? Woo! All right, this is exciting. No longer do we have to pay a membership to buy a beer. Instead, we just have to have our IDs scanned and we put in a database with all the other sinners. So it's just going to change my drinking habits. I've got to go get my fake ID renewed now. But, did anybody else think that gay marriage getting legalized in Iowa was just a big April Fool's joke? Like Trump 8 passes, but we legalize it in Iowa. Who the fuck's running this country? Damn. But that's really good news, especially for the gay community in Iowa, Jed and Jethro. Congratulations to them, because they're form fed and ready to wed now.
Ready to win.
We've got to have some good news in this country, right? I mean, because there's so many downers right now, unemployment. I myself got laid off recently, and I read that unemployment was almost up to 9%. And I thought, God damn, 9%? That's fucking outreal. And then I read a poll that said 91% of America thinks that's an acceptable level, and so we're okay with that. 91%'s got to be right. But I have hope. I do. I have hope. I had a great interview. I might have a gig with a big company. You might have heard of them, AIG.
Oh, all right. Nick, that is going to work.
Program, so I'm going to work in the cash in no time. AIG thinks that they've got to change the name of their company. They think people have such a negative perception about them, they're going to have to change the name to be something else. And I disagree, because there's no such thing as free publicity, right? We just need to put the right spin on their name. So I'm going to rebrand it the Notorious AIG. CEOs walking around cleaned out, smacking benches, getting golden showers. Why not? It works with the Dallas Cowboys, right? So yeah, I'm in marketing. To give you a kind of sense of what marketing is, I kind of liken it to a situation we're all in, walking into a party, right? So you walk into a party, you see this great looking girl across the room, you walk over to her and you say, hey, I'm fantastic in bed. That's what we call direct marketing. Now, if you walk over to her, give her your phone number, call her get her phone number, call her the next day, and say, hey, remember me? By the way, I'm fantastic in bed. We call that telemarketing. Now, when you walk into that party and you send your friend over there, your friend walks over and says, hey, see the guy over in the hat? He's fantastic in bed. We call that advertising. Well, when I walk into the party, straighten out my clothes, walk over, say something funny, buy her a drink, pick up her bag when she drops it, offer her, give her a ride home, open the doors for her, and at the end of the night say, by the way, I'm fantastic in bed. That's public relations. But when you see that nice looking girl across the room and she wanders right over to you as soon as you open the door, and she says, hey, I hear you're fantastic in bed. That's brand recognition.
It works.
Thank you very much.
One more time for Nick Johnson.